The Financial Reporting Council says it's considering the recognition of honorary certifications from the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria for the banking system. Hold on a second. If you're going to be a CIBN examination, you got to go through it before you become a banker. Now the CIBN is working, or the Financial Reporting Council says it's gotten a request from the CIBN led by the President, Professor Segun Ajibola, to allow some honorary certifications for people in the banking system. Let's listen to the CIBN President as well as the Financial Reporting Council Executive Secretary, Daniel Asapuhai.
Have our presence in 3 West African countries where we have specific mandate from the banking community in those countries to help them professionalize banking. In the Gambia, they are already writing the CIB examination leading to the award of ACIB. Sierra Leone will start writing our examination from April. Ditto, Liberia. So we have our presence in these 3 West African countries. Just last year, we hosted the World in Lagos, 22nd edition of the World Conference of Banking Institutes, where we received participants from about 40 countries from all over the world. And it was an excellent occasion where we rub minds together on global issues, especially the disruption that is coming from technology in today's banking environment. During the 22nd edition of the World Conference of Banking Institutes in April last year, Global Banking Education Standards Board, which is to streamline banking education across the globe, so that if you are certified in a specific area in Nigeria, and you get to India, you find yourself in Canada, you find yourself in South Africa, so long the institute there are part of that global effort, your certification in Nigeria as good as the certification in Canada. So it's like globalizing our certification programs. And regularly, we make contributions and inputs into bills before the National Assembly to ensure that the best is legislated for the banking industry in Nigeria. 48 hours ago, I was before the National Assembly on this issue of bills, trying to explain the position of the banking industry and what the expectations are.
I think it's an issue for which I think we have a path for resolution of that, because as we move forward, there are a number of things we will take a look at again and clarify. So there are different roles and responsibilities in the financial reporting chain, and one of those roles is the role of being a company director. And as a company director, I think your responsibilities are clearly set out in the Companies Act. Now, signing financial statements as a director backed by an FRC registration may not necessarily reduce or expand the obligations you have under the Companies Act. Okay? So I think you can rightly sign financial statements as a director. And so if there are obligations, we are seeking company directors to undertake in addition to what Companies Act requires of a director. I think, going forward, we will be able to further clarify or distill those and separate it, right?
Professor Segun Ajibola, who is the president of CIBN, and of course the executive secretary of the Financial Reporting Council, Daniel Asapuhai, on that initiative coming together and globalizing Nigeria's certification of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, something you need to focus on as we move ahead. Let's come back to the marketplace as we wrap up today's edition of Business Morning.